Hello, today's Bible study comes from Luke chapter 20, verses 45 through 47. And it's short, but it has some very strong points. While all the people were listening, Jesus said to his disciples, "Beware of the teachers of the law. They like to walk around in flowing robes and love to be greeted with respect in the marketplaces and have the most important seats in the synagogues and the places of honor at banquets. They devour widows' houses and for a show make lengthy prayers. These men will be punished most severely." Uh-oh. This is a warning against the teachers of the law. And Jesus is saying this with people who are teachers of the law in the premises. If you remember, the Pharisees and of course the Sadducees were right here still at this time. And he says, beware of the teachers of the law. One, because they had been lying to you about the law and celebrating what was good for them with the law, but putting on you more than they were doing with the law. They were using the law as a weapon against you and using it as a scapegoat for themselves. And then he tells you, and he starts talking to you about their pomposity. He said, they desire to go around in long robes. And these dudes were laid back dudes. They were definitely not workers. They were more leisurely type of people. Um, and they watch people work. They like to be seen, but they weren't doing much. They love to be told, "Hey, I'm so and so," or "You're so and so, and we respect you and we love you," and all those things that you still see going on in this world today. We still have people kissing men's ring fingers in the ring and bowing down to a man and a woman and telling them blah blah blah. But don't pay attention to that stuff. The Lord ain't worried about your title. He ain't worried about your pomposity. And they demanded recognition from others because they thought they were in such a high standing with the Lord. And that's what they made you see or believe. But we only see the surface. See, the Lord sees the heart and the desires in the heart. They were in demand of everything. They wanted a special seat. They wanted to be acknowledged. They wanted the special benefits. They loved to be greeted with respect in the marketplaces. Like I said, they wanted the most important seats in the synagogue and the places of honor at banquets. I just had to catch myself because I was about to go left with that. Forgive me. uh, these were people who expected man or expected you, expected us to give them this. And if you look, excuse me, in the world today, you can see this. If you look just in the city of Erie, you can see this pomposity and arrogance and prideful thing that walks around, and it is one of these hypocritic scribes. And then it speaks to what they want. It doesn't speak to what they give, it's what they want, what they're receiving. This whole thing is about what they can receive. But then it says they devour widows' houses. Well, it says it looks like they're helping out the widow, but in truth, they were taken from them. You know, the widows may think, well, such and such a person came by and did this for me, and I'm going to give them a gift. This may happen. And they think they're doing the right thing, but that's just a man or a woman. Or they could even go to the place and ask the widows, "Hey, do you need this? And can I get this in return for that?" We see these predators, and I'm going to call it the predators, every day. See, they weren't supposed to be getting these. And that time, Jewish teachers couldn't get paid for teaching. He could receive gifts, but he couldn't get paid. And the fact that this is a manipulation type of thing, where they come in and almost do a quid pro quo type of deal, meaning I'll do this and you do this. If I do this, then you do that. Um, to see how much they could get. Mm. And they put themselves on these pedestals. You know, they put themselves up above and have people that are gullible enough or unlearned about the Lord to go follow them and do their bidding. See, these entourages of people that follow these leaders. Oh, I have to protect them. Oh, this is so and so and so and so. They're already in this mindset. That person has already worked on their people right there, and they're coming out to get more. But it tells you beware of those people. But beware of them. They are coming, and they are bad. They have a false pretense. They sound educated. They're wordsmiths. They make these ridiculously long prayers that hasn't said anything to the Lord. Because if it's prayed in a lie, the Lord ain't listening to a lie. They are looking for their own edification. But now, the thing you have to remember is it says, these will receive greater condemnation. And if you look back at this time, those scribes went totally opposite from how the disciples went. Remember, Jesus told the disciples to take nothing nor receive anything. And there were some reasons for that. Just a shelter and some food. But the scribes, they were trying to get you. They, as a servant, we serve. And when we follow Jesus on the, we have to serve. Jesus was a servant. And we should notice what they do and say. We have a hard time saying anything bad about a minister. But we should study the word to be able to discern, not say bad, just discern the good and the evil. And if they doing evil, we should be able to say they doing evil. Jesus told you if you were doing wrong. He speaks of false prophets all the time. You should be able to know that so you can guide a new sheep into the family away from it. So don't get on that pedestal. The scribes, they had religious images and all these things that made you think they were holier than thou and this and that. They had the facade. They had the outfit to look like they were this and that. But truth be told, it's just an outfit. See that heart, that thing that pumps blood, that the Holy Spirit enters, that heart tells on you. And they weren't trying to do the right things. They were looking for them. They were leading people away from the Lord. And it tells you about anyone that makes one of these children stumble. The Lord's word will not be mocked. It will not be played with. The Lord wants you to know who is who in this kingdom. And he tells you, he does not want you to fall to the false prophet. He speaks of this so much. So if you know how to discern and you can see it, and these are things, why would you kiss a ring? What's the purpose of it? Why would you bow down to a man? What is the purpose of it? Why would you sit somebody above somebody else just because of their wealth? If you don't remember, Jesus was poor. when he came here. He tells you, be a servant. You might get recognized more than you think. And don't put anybody above the Lord. There's no man or woman walking this earth breathing that sits mightier than God. Amen.